Yo, this is Add-2. This joint is called Are We There Yet? You see, Grandma used to tell me stories of her first work, where she and her mother would pick cotton until their hands hurt, stained with dirt. Deep inside, she felt much worse because the man she worked for felt the wages she obtained was exactly what she earned, deserved, as well as what she was worth. Nothing. Out in the sun till her fingers were numbing from pricking so much and been picking so much that after a couple fills, you forgot you had fingers. She said still to this day that feeling still lingers. Those memories still whisper, and she seems to see this scene today and it still seems familiar. She's seen some things that you could never dream of, living in worse conditions than you could ever think of, and those conditions switch some believers. Maybe that's why she's saying Jesus loves me so much, because others were screaming, why is God letting this happen to us? Life was never lavish to us. Hard times is like a habit to us. It's like breathing. And it's going to be there till you stop breathing, and it will follow you no matter how hard you try to leave it. It's shadow-like. I told her we're in a better position than we ever been in. It's so close to being fair, yet she paused and said, baby, that's nice, but are we there yet? I paused and I took a look back on how far we came, and as many things changed, some things stayed the same. Somewhere along the line, we lost the drive to fight, the drive to strive for better, as if inside we felt satisfied with the position we reside, as if the war was over when Malcolm and Martin died. See, there were so many lost lives and families lost. They cut off our roots and burned our family tree in the form of a cross. But if I got it twisted, let me know if I've been lied to. We were enslaved and killed in both actions. They justified it with the Bible. We were wondering where Christ is in this crisis, because only God knows. When lynchings brought out the whole town and were public shows, burned black businesses even if they weren't black owned, bomb black churches, and you want us to call this home. Okay, but really, where's the proof up in it? There were black families who were killed in neighborhoods just for moving in it. It was just that serious. There were black people who could have survived not if the ambulance came quicker, but if the ambulance came, period. We can separate church from state, but can't take the time to separate the people from hate or even attempt to break the barrier we call race. Again, I told myself we're in a better position we ever been in. It's so close to being fair, yet I thought, yo, that's nice and all, but are we there yet? Yeah, some might be in fancy homes and luxury cars, but we still addressing each other with a word our ancestors fought hard for us not to be called. Most of us don't even know where we got our last name from. We know we're descendants from Africa, but aside from that, nobody really knows where they came from. And yes, I do mine, because as much as I hate to say it, I know more about white history than I do mine. And your sympathy is not what I want. Just don't celebrate my history on a day or in a month. And somebody said, yo, y'all still talking about slavery? I thought y'all would have passed that a while back. I told them, nah, dog, because there's still some poor blacks who are suffering because of that. There's a generation of kids who have yet to hear a word of that. There's a generation of people who are struggling to overcome that. There's a generation of whites who never had a family member pick cotton but still benefit from that. There's a generation of blacks whose ancestors did but will never see a some of that or some of that. In a more realistic sense, they will see none of that. Poor neighborhoods mean you have poor neighbors who have poor kids who go to poor schools, which means you got poor teachers, which means you get a poor education. So they get poor grades and retain a poor knowledge. And even if they didn't, it doesn't matter because they're too poor to go to college. I want you to see how it correlates and formulates this change, because the more things change, the more they stay the same. Are we there yet? Yet there we are, waiting, patient. Are we there yet? Yet there we are, climbing and trying. Are we there yet? Yet there we are, saying we are. Because saying we are helps make the distance between us and our goal not seem so far.